That's us. I'm talking. Do you hear me?
Check. Welcome to Indie Art Along the Way, where I'll be interviewing indie artists doing any form of art. I'm Froggy, and today I'm with
Emil. Hi.
Yeah, hey, how are you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you
see
too.
you.
Well,
We actually met yesterday.
yeah, we met yesterday.
Now I have the honor to be on your interview series. Thank you very much for
No,
inviting
thank
me.
you. Thank you very much for accepting it, honestly. This is a bonus episode. You can see that we are not on a train because I'm on a mini Euro trip. I'm in Vienna right now. This is my Couchsurfing host, Emil.
Yes.
Tell them about yourself.
My name's Emil. I'm a musician from Vienna. I would say my main instrument or the main thing that I'm doing is I play the clarinet. I wouldn't specifically say that I'm personally specified into one genre. I'm just trying to see the definition of myself being a musician as open as possible to see what kind of music is out there, and I'm down to play it and to dive into it, into the different ways of expressing yourself. And also that I would say for me it includes styles. It also includes instruments. I play a bit of piano, I play the bass guitar. But yeah, my main thing is the clarinet.
Because your main thing is clarinet and classical music, I want to ask with what genre did you start making music, or maybe how did you meet music in the first place?
Well, I think for me, I definitely have a classical background, and that's because both of my parents are classical musicians. They both work in orchestras, and so for me it was not really discovering music. It was music was omnipresent in the house. And when I grew up, and there's this funny anecdote that my parents like to tell, that when I came into kindergarten, I just asked everyone and what instrument do your parents play? Because for me it was self-explanatory that every person played an instrument. Also because in my family, for Christmas for example, it's 50% eating, maybe 20% talking, and the rest 30% is just making music together. And it was always like this. I think especially 2 years ago, until then I would really say that I mostly focused on classical music and also really saw my way in that direction. And then I did a volunteering in Ghana.
Yeah.
I lived in Ghana for 4 months, and there I really started, encountering a totally different music culture. And I loved it so much, and I got so excited to discover all of that and to learn a new language, a new music language. And I think since that I'm really open for a lot of things. And I would say my way right now is to get into an orchestra, into a classical orchestra, but I'm definitely more open to look left and right, what is there.
I want to go deeper into your volunteering in Ghana, because I know that you took drumming lessons there with their traditional drums. How was that experience for you?
It was a super valuable experience, mainly because the project that I was volunteering for is called Musicians Without Borders. The purpose is to help support music lessons in countries where might not really afford for that. And so we teach in schools, we teach for free, and we also try to create a system to find Ghanaian musicians that we can pay who teach for our organization. But still, I would say it is always a bit of a complicated role when you do volunteering. You go to a considered poorer country to help the people there, I was struggling with my role. And it helped me a lot to start with these drumming lessons because I honestly learned so much. And so I really felt there is a cultural exchange, and I really felt that this transcultural music adventure because I showed so much interest, and I also learned so much and saw how big the horizon is. That was beautiful.
I mean, you were born here, you've seen music here, so it's a totally different color maybe. Yeah.
I like that color.
Yeah. You got the drums from there.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell the story of it?
Yes. I mean, well, since I lived there for 4 months, I had 2 big bags that I brought. And of course, I wanted to bring most of my stuff back. But then I just impulsively bought a drum in Ghana, which is
it's huge.
Yeah. It's not small, and it's also not very light. And so then some days before the departure back to Vienna, I was well, how will I transport it? I didn't think about that. So what I did, it has a hole inside, and I stuffed all my clothes inside the drum, and then I managed to put it in my suitcase. But then my suitcase was 10 kilo too heavy. And at the airport, I just gave the person who like checked the weight, I gave them all the rest of my like Ghanaian money. And they were like, okay, come on, it's fine.
You love improvising.
Yes.
You told me yesterday that it excites you a lot. So where does this come to you? Like from your family maybe, or?
I think that's mostly the part where I have this mechanism of like wanting to break free. I think it's kind of natural, like this way, like with improvising, it's a bit like doing something a bit different than my parents, you know, not just being a classical musician who is super good in like playing the sheet music that is there, transmitting the things that are written down into music, but also like just creating on the spot, having this creativity in the moment. And I think improvising is also, it's a lot about self-esteem and courage to just be like, okay, I have no idea what will come, but I will just allow it, and whatever comes out, it's fine. It's there in the moment. If you start criticizing yourself for everything that you play or do, it's very hard to like open this music channel. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I played the piano. Not so many people know about this on YouTube.
Well, I know because we just played 1 hour ago. It was amazing.
What you said is very true. You have to have that courage to improvise. Because for me, at least, I'm not there yet. But today it was so good for me what we did, because it was my first time somebody improvising while I'm playing the piano. It was so nice. So now I will just send them to there so they can maybe see our performance.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sure.
Yeah. I love it.
I love it. That's a cute shot, I think.
I forgot to ask him what's in his bag today. So, what's in your luggage today?
Well, first of all, there's a book that really inspired me. It's called The Music Lesson. Victor Wooten wrote it. Maybe you or some of you know it. He's a very famous bass guitar player from the US. The subtitle is Spiritual Search for Growth Through Music.
Okay.
It's just stories about how music and life can be linked. It really inspired me at a point where I was having a hard time with music, when I was like 17, 18, where I was on this point of like, do I really want to study this or not? Do I want to do something else? And then I read this book, and ever since I felt a lot inspired by the book. As you can see, I read it a couple of times already. Yeah, big recommendation. The next thing is a picture.
Oh, from Ghana?
Yes, the 5 volunteers. We organized a big concert, and this is us. It's just 4 people that I met there. I didn't know anyone before, and we just got along so well. And one of them is Joris, that is in the band
In the
now.
band?
Yep.
Okay.
They kind of shaped my life and also my music ever since. Last thing, I brought this from Mexico. We randomly got it as a present in where they make gold and silver and jewelry and stuff. We just went there because apparently they made the jewelry from Titanic.
Damn.
And so we went there, and then there was this old guy, and he saw us, me and my girlfriend, and he was like, oh, you look like a young couple that is really in love. I have something for you. And then he just made this in front of our eyes.
Oh my god, that's
and
so
it's
cute.
like in the Mexican tradition, it's like a symbol of everlasting love. Like it's sun and moon hugging.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he was literally like, oh my god, yes, I will make something for you. And then he did this for us. It was very cute. And
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing those with us.
Wow, you're welcome.
So, you're my Couchsurfing host. So we met there. And on your Couchsurfing profile, there was a lot of stuff about music. You wanted the guests to tell you about their favorite genres, if they can play an instrument. You have hosted 20 plus people so far. How is the music journey with them?
In general, big shout out to Couchsurfing. I love the concept, and
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
the connections that I made. Don't get me wrong, with all the stuff about music, it's not because I only want to host people that play instruments, not at all. It's just for me, music, whether if you play it, if you consume it, if you write it, whatever, I think it's relevant in just most people's lives. It's just super interesting for me to find out about what do people like to listen to, or today when we made music, it's a way of knowing a person
True.
better and connecting. And I mean, of course, people stay at my place for 1 night, 2 nights, maybe 3, 4 nights, but of course you can talk about stuff, but you don't really know a person after that. But I feel when you make music together, or also when you just share music and listen to music together, then it's a way of deeper connecting. What I do, I ask every person to give me some songs. Doesn't have to be their favorite songs, because for me, for example, it's very hard if someone asks me what's your favorite song? I'm like,
I cannot say anything.
Yeah. Exactly. I will always ask you for some recommendations.
Yeah.
And then I have a playlist where I put all the recommendations that I got. It's amazing because I listen to the songs, and I also get reminded of the people that I hosted and of the genuine connections that I had with people that were strangers before.
I love it, honestly. There is one important thing, and it's actually the last thing that I want to talk about, which is your band.
Yeah.
Which is forming right now.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about it?
Of course. I have a friend. He's a very close friend of mine, and I feel we not just understand each other with words and the stories that we tell each other, but we also understand each other maybe even a little bit better in music. I met him in Ghana. He was one of the volunteers. After coming back, he moved to Vienna, so now we both live in Vienna, and we have a long history of making music together. He also plays every single instrument, and we just fool around, write songs, think of new harmonies and modes, and we're very experimental, but it was never in a shape, you know? We were just like meeting a lot, just playing for ourselves. And then we went to a jam session in December and we met a singer. And I think I rarely met people that can turn the current moment or like words perfectly into the situation right now. Like she's improvising with words and like singing improvising, and it moved me so much, and we just got along really well at the session, and like kind of clicked musically, and we're like, okay, this has to be something. And so right now we met a couple of times and we just jam, like the three of us. We just, someone starts with whatever it is. For me, that's the beauty of music. Like, I don't know, I could do, and it's already like, if I continue this, like maybe you have a small idea of like doom, 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 whatever, and then like it keeps going and it keeps forming, and then it's like a ball that starts rolling, and then it rolls, and then you're like,
and then
somewhere
there's a whole song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the process where we are right now. We have hours of recordings of us jamming, and now we're like listening to it and like trying to find parts where like, yes, okay, this is going to work as a song. And she's writing a lot of lyrics, and we have our first gigs in end of March.
Okay.
So you should definitely come back for that.
End of March.
I hope that it will be a longer thing. It's definitely a lot of fun for me, and a super good balance for my classical clarinet playing, which is a lot about like playing the notes that are written and playing the
sheet
like,
music.
Exactly. And there it's like coming from the other side.
Yeah. So yeah, it is a good balance.
Exactly.
Yeah. Y'all don't have a name.
Not yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, when I'm releasing this episode, if they have a name, it'll be here.
If we have an Instagram account,
it'll be here. And if not,
just
when
come
they
to
have
Vienna.
just come to Vienna. They will have gigs. They will have concerts here. It's actually a good reason for me to come back here also. Well, thank you so much for being my guest.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you for the invitation. Enjoyed it a lot.
Well, thank you so much for watching the show. If you like it, you can like and subscribe to my channel. Yeah, do that, please. And band information is going to be on the description. See you in another episode of In the Art Along the Way. Yeah, that's it. Also, guys, there's actually nothing here. I was improvising the questions for the first time. Act like I'm looking at here, but it's not true.
So that people will think, oh my god, you're so prepared.
So
with
prepared.
Your book.
Does that have an Instagram?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
We actually play a Turkish quintet right now.
Yeah.
I can play it for you.
Okay,
please. Later.
What? Fuck. I should say this again. So yesterday, you told... Wow, oh my god. I fucking hate doing interviews. No, I don't.
No, you're doing super well.
Damn. I was having goosebumps when you like, get there. I was like, fuck.
Beautiful song. What's the name?
Valse.
Evgeny Grinko.
Yeah, he's like my idol. Oh my god, I'm gonna post this and then tag him. Please see me. Device disconnected. I'm hoping device disconnected, but was still doing its job. It was, okay.
I love it. That's a cute shot, I think.
I can smell like actual kebab.
Yeah, true.
Oh. I will take pictures of it to just like zoom in there on post.
Perfect. Have you been this person who was like up here?
No.
No? Like I feel like these were always the cool kids. Yahoo!
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, that was fun.
Whoa!
Are you okay?
Dumb ways to die.
I don't think I can like get off this without hurting my back again.
Oh, true.
I really want that playlist, but he told me that we have to exchange playlists. So I'm gonna have to find a good playlist that I've made. Who are like which is, fuck, wait, again. That's too early.
No, don't worry. Maybe.
I mean, I promised him to cook and I couldn't.
That's true.
Yeah, that's one of the things.
Enjoyed it a lot. You and the sun.
Oh, yes.
And Froggy, of course.
Oh, the Froggy.
Let's hope that it recorded.
I'm sure the focus is gone, but we're having so much fun, so who cares?
That could be a good end.